Inclusivity is the title of this session, How We Do Things Differently. And I think the COVID pandemic enabled the leaders of this city to understand that inequalities were growing. The Local Enterprise Partnership, which I now have the honour to sit on, and I'm delighted to say I'm the first person of African heritage to ever sit on the LEP, and I certainly don't want to be the last. So inclusion and diversity has to be the way forward. And I'm particularly passionate about getting more women and people of colour working within our innovation economy. For me, the thing that happened just before the pandemic was that we formed a partnership with Manchester Science Park. We came up with this concept for MIAH, which stands for the Manchester Innovation Activities Hub. And what MIAH is a net zero industrialisation centre, which means we'll be helping SMEs in Greater Manchester to innovate new products and services. And at MIAH, we will allow SMEs to come use industrial grade equipment in order to innovate those new products and services that will reduce the amount of carbon emissions. And this is SMEs across a broad range of sectors. But the other thing that MIAH is going to do, which has never been done before in Greater Manchester, is MIAH is located within Manchester Science Park. Manchester Science Park is surrounded by some of the most deprived wards in Greater Manchester. We need to do more in order to rapidly upskill, reskill, new skill residents living in those areas so they can take up jobs within the innovation economy. MIAH is going to be a centre of excellence for electrification skills training, but also industrial digitalisation training. What employers are telling us is they can't wait for 4 years for an apprenticeship. They need people now. So what MIAH will do is train up people so that they can go straight back into the workforce and actually apply the skills training that they have learned. What we're also going to do at MIAH is provide the wraparound support to grow some unicorns. We want to become the Silicon Valley of low carbon innovation and engineering. As far as I'm aware, I'm the first female of colour to ever head up an innovation asset in Greater Manchester, and that's something that we should be proud of. And it's very important for people who look like me to know that they can see me and know that in Greater Manchester you too can be me. I may be the first, but I will definitely ensure that I am not the last. I have to give big thanks to Bruntwood, to Manchester Science Park, and we've recently been talking to SSC. They are a large corporate who are not talking the talk. What they're doing is they have allocated, and they're going to allocate up to 600 million to deliver on diversity and inclusion. And what we're talking about is they have prioritised getting disadvantaged young people, adults, and training them up so they too can participate and enjoy the economic growth in this city to create better lives and better futures for them. Our greatest asset in Greater Manchester is our people. We have so many people who don't have the right level of skills. We need to prioritise investment in skills to bring people up to the level. For me, it's about how is the person at the lowest level of your society doing. I would like to see a policy of homelessness being eradicated and that every person in Greater Manchester has the right to a home and an accommodation. But in terms of the model, I am the LEP representative for Oldham, and Oldham is a town that is struggling to regenerate. And I think what we need to do is to create a MIAH 2 we're looking at, but focused on battery recycling and second life. And that builds on Oldham's heritage. And through creating this facility focused on battery recycling, so they are going to look at investing in creating this battery manufacturing and recycling facility. But the important thing is, young people living in Oldham will have line of sight of that opportunity. They can aspire to work in Oldham rather than aspiring to work in Manchester. And it's about a choice. So at the moment, the choice isn't there. If you want a well-paid job, you have to travel to Manchester. What we really need to do is to regenerate, create those hubs that are special specialist hubs, it will regenerate local cafes, restaurants, businesses, because people will be working there instead of travelling into Manchester and spending their money in Manchester. So for me it's about choice, for me it's about aspirations, and that's what young people living in Oldham need, is those well-paid jobs in Oldham and not just travelling into Manchester for those opportunities.